Michel Barnier boasts we are ready for no deal, but says UK will suffer outside of EU. Mr. Barnier said, "A no deal is not our scenario, even though we would be ready for it. The no deal option comes up so often in British public debate, but only those who ignore, or want to ignore, current benefits of EU membership would say no deal would be positive option." He said calls for the UK to cherry-pick aspects of EU membership were not based in truth. Mr. Barnier said, "Those who claim the UK should cherry-pick from parts of the single market should stop. The single market is a package with 4 indivisible freedoms. The UK knows these rules very well, like the back of its hand. The EU has set itself free from EU bureaucracy," some claim. Ladies and gentlemen, none of these views seem to offer a sound basis for going forward. He said some UK politicians are suggesting Brexit does not mean Brexit. He added, turning Prime Minister Theresa May's refrain against her, "Brexit means Brexit, everywhere." He said the future relationship between the EU and UK could be positive, as long as Westminster did its bit during the current stage of Brexit talks. Mr. Barnier sighed, "There is every reason for our future partnership to be ambitious. This is our preferred option. This is why we have started internal preparations with member states to be ready to talk about the future as soon as we have agreed how to settle the past. The future partnership should not be limited to trade. It should be based on our common values. We need to work together to protect the security of our citizens. We will need to cooperate. But in none of these fields will the EU wait for the UK. We will continue to advance. We will continue creating new free trade agreements in addition to the ones we already have with 60 countries." And he said future historians will see 2016, with Brexit and the US election result, as a time of awakening. He said, "It was the time we realized the EU has to stand up for himself. Nobody will do for us what we don't do for ourselves." Mr. Barnier spoke at a conference on the future of the EU, hosted by the Centre for European Reform, CER, in Brussels. The European Union's chief negotiator delivered the keynote speech at the day-long event, which marks the launch of CER's new Brussels office. Also on the agenda is the future of the euro, Brexit, migration, and security.